Hi everybody, I want to take a quick moment to talk about Mvis, Microvision, because last night we actually did have the earnings for this company, and well, they were shocking. Let's have a quick talk through them in this video, as well as some of the other things about the company and the subsequent share price that I do want to mention in this video. So if you guys did remember last video, I was a bit on the fence about Mvis stock. I think this one still did have a small amount of potential if the hype did stay in it, but obviously after earnings, I think a lot of investors did get a bit of a shock. I think, subsequently the share price did fall down by a little bit, well actually by quite a lot over the past 2 days. So let's talk about why that is. I will also have a quick run through of those earnings. So we're going to start off by looking at the earnings and then the subsequent share price. If you may enjoy that, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel as we talk about stocks every single day. Again, you lot did love the Mvis video last time, so here is another one for you where we will have a look through those earnings. I am not a financial advisor and I do not want you to buy or sell the stock. Obviously, come to your own conclusions, formulate your own opinions, as this is only mine. I am sometimes right, I am sometimes wrong, and obviously there is no guarantee that I am going to be right or wrong on this suggestion either, so do bear that in mind. We are going to jump into the video. So I think a lot of people on YouTube definitely have talked about those earnings in vast amounts of detail before. And obviously I'm not going to bore you to death with doing that in this video, but one thing that I do want to mention is how abysmal these earnings actually were, and obviously what this means for the company. So we can see down here, Nasdaq Mvis. So the EPS was expected to be minus 0.02, actually it was double that at minus 0.04. That is not good. We're seeing revenue, it was expected to be 600k, but we can see down here it was actually closer to 500k, so it was about 20% worse than expected. So really not good things that we are seeing there. And if we do take a minute to actually just analyze those numbers, we see in revenue figures of about 500,000, and I know it is slightly lower than that even, but less than 500,000 for a company which currently has a market cap of 2.3 billion. I'm sure you guys don't even need me to explain to you what this means. So people previously were focusing on the fact that this stock was heavily shorted. I do believe that is a good factor as well, and people thought this one could be hyped into a short squeeze. And I definitely do understand that there is some logic to that potentially, but ultimately we need to put things into perspective. The higher the share price went, it did make more and more sense to short this stock. And again, I do not short this stock, I do not own this stock. But for people who did short the stock, it did kind of make sense. The revenue previously wasn't the best, and of course this quarter it was actually the same, quite abysmal, and subsequently the share price did take a further tumble over the past 2 or 3 days. So again, right now I think Mvis is in an interesting position. We're going to be talking about my thoughts on this one in just a moment, but let's have a look at the short volume ratio, which was updated yesterday. So we can see yesterday, short volume ratio of about 28%. The market volume was 74.1 million. We can see down here the short volume was 20.5 million as well. So that gives us a bit of perspective on how things have been moving. We can see apparently the short share availability is 30,000, and this was updated apparently right now, so quite recently, and we can see how things have been moving in that time frame. We can see down here that a short borrow fee is apparently 19.16%, so that tells us a bit more about what is going on with the situation as well. And going further a bit down, we can see a bit more about the short volume ratio and how that has worked more recently as well. So more recently we are seeing this short volume ratio actually pick up, which does make sense again. I think this is understandable, but right now I think where we are with Mvis, would I buy it? Honestly guys, I personally would not buy this one. Again, as I have mentioned, people are definitely bullish on this one, people are definitely bearish on this one. When it comes to stock, I have seen people in both camps. I think this video has been one of the most polarizing ones, or at least the last episode, because we had some people saying that Mvis is going to $100, we had some people saying that Mvis is going to $10, if not less. I think it is interesting to look at both sides. I'm just going to give my personal thoughts on this one, and again, I could be right, I could be wrong. From a fundamental standpoint, look at how the company's revenue has been performing. We are not seeing good things, and that is just the numbers, that is just the facts. Revenue for this quarter was extremely bad, and again, for a company that has a market cap of well over 2 billion, it is less than to be expected, and for that reason, I think fundamentally, Mvis is more than flawed. I think their business model is interesting, don't get me wrong. I think long term, the share price could be worth a higher value, but I think we need to look at this one short term, and ultimately, what what prices we could pick this stock up for, and if we could get this one at a better price. So regardless of whether you think it's going to rocket up or plummet to the ground, I think it ultimately depends on whether you think you can get this one for a better price or not. And personally, I do believe even if you want to buy this one, there still could be a better price in a few days, weeks, or months. So again, my opinion can change. As time goes on, I definitely will update you, so I may have a differing opinion in future videos. But so far today, we are seeing the stock down by about 18%. Again, yesterday pretty red as well. And actually, the past 5 days have brought the share price down from highs of about $26 all the way down to $14. So again, this video by no means is trying to hate on Microvast. I think this company is still interesting. I think long term it could do okay, but fundamentally for me at least, I would avoid this one for a day or two just to see how the price action does move. I think we could see a bit more of a drop in price. I think that is okay. I think today we are seeing a little bit of action bringing the share price quite flat. We can see that we apparently opened at 9.30 on a price of $14.56, and now we are closing around the $14.70 mark so far, again coming towards the end of the day. So you know what guys, the price today is doing okay, I do believe, but obviously going forwards I think we definitely still could pick this one up at a slightly better price. Just my thoughts. So at the moment I would avoid this stock. Again, if you want to buy this one, it's completely up to you. If you want to sell this one, it is up to you as well. Give me your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. It's just what I personally believe. I'll see you all again very soon. Goodbye.